Okay, so in today's video, I am going to be breaking down Dylan Harper and, of course, how he is able to be such an insanely amazing basketball player. Man, this kid is underrated, and he was the #2 draft pick, and no, I'm not glazing. Okay, so first clip right here. This is a very good lesson to all of the younger players. If your defender is no longer paying attention to you, which is a horrible idea for Dylan Harper, but his defender is currently ball watching, which means that you need to be able to cut back door. If you've got a good point guard, as we can see right here, Dylan Harper has a fantastic point guard, and that pass is able to get through. He keeps the ball nice and high away from the defender, and he's able to finish at the rim. The other part of this is what I just mentioned, and that is when you're finishing at the rim, yes, coaches will say you need to finish overhand, but at the same time, you need to be able to know how to finish with these outstretched, outreached layups. If you don't know how to do this, you need to learn. This is one of the reasons why Dylan Harper is an insanely amazing basketball player. Now, keep in mind, this is the Summer League. Everyone is fighting for a job. And, of course, Dylan Harper is looking like a defensive champion on the fast break as well, blocking that big shot, putting his body on the line. If you want to be able to impress coaches, let's say you are 17 years old, you have a couple of D1 coaches that are in the stands, and maybe a D2 coach, maybe a D3 coach, and another D1 coach over here. Maybe you have a Canadian, I'll put CAD, Canadian coach over here. That he wouldn't be traveling to the States, but let's say you're Canadian and you're playing up here. If you want to impress these guys, but also these guys, playing defense, like what we see right here, will allow you to be able to get those D1, D2, as well as D3 scholarships if that is what you are chasing. There's a lot of people putting out random comparisons of Dylan Harper, but this play kind of reminds me of Shea. When he's attacking the rim right here, he's able to attack, he's able to get his body into that defender, but also keeps that ball away from the defender. That's very important, because now he's able to get his body into that man, and he's able to draw that foul because he was playing aggressive. We can see it right here where this is a little bit of a close-up, and what he's able to do is he's able to get his body, because he keeps that ball away from the defender. And then he gets his shoulder and off arm kind of into that man, and then he glides away. That glide away that we see right here, just by very minimal contact with this defender, which is Cooper Flagg, was able to get Dylan Harper to the free throw line, where he was able to make some free throws. And I don't know why anyone ever puts their free throws in their highlights, but yeah, that's a free throw. If I can give you any advice today, that is, obviously this is not Dylan Harper making this highlight tape. However, if I can give you a good word of advice, if you are sending highlights to D1, D2, or even D3, it don't matter, and you're putting these free throws in, don't. Let's say you put in a free throw on an and one, and then you get another and one later on, and you don't put the free throw in. Guess what the coaches are going to think? You missed that free throw. So if you just don't put your free throws in, they can't see or guess how many you miss. So don't put them in. Plus, you're expected to make them, so coaches will just look at it and say, this is an absolute waste of my 10 seconds. Now your question should be, am I going to glaze a good Euro step? Nah, not really, but that was nice. However, I will say, look at how he dribbles this ball. He's able to make these crossovers, which is important in the fast break, because that allows you to get down court much faster, which is important. But this last dribble, look, it was a dribble, left-hand dribble on a right foot. Guys, if you're young, you got to know how to do this. I can't stand it when I see a left-hand dribble with the left step and the ball goes out of bounds. It's just one of those things that just bugs me. This is actually really good deny-style defense on a sideline inbounds. This was an absolute terrible pass. You have to be able to get a pass like that. And, like, by the way, like, if you are in this guy's position, don't expect to be, hey, I'm tall and lanky, I'm going to catch any high, tall pass. Can you not just get in front, box this guy out, or post up in some kind so it can be a bounce pass to you, dribble handoff, and then at least you can set something up? Instead of just standing there and doing nothing. It would be a much better idea. I know this is not about Dylan Harper. Watch what happens, right? He's just like, oh, hey, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. Well, Dylan Harper is not exactly playing close. He's playing far away, which means that he's looking to intercept the pass. They probably know the pass is going to go here, which means that instead of standing there, I shouldn't be breaking down somebody else's highlights, but you need to get in front, post this guy up. Your actual defender's doing nothing, so post Dylan Harper up, get that bounce pass. Once you get that bounce pass, this guy comes in. This is going to be a dribble handoff, and now you can set up a play. That's how you do it. Please don't do this. However, Dylan Harper's able to get that pass because, he's in the NBA, and he's able to finish with what I wish was a dunk, or at the very minimal N1 dunk, but this is an absolute stupid play. Let me break down why this is stupid. This guy is making, I think, somewhere in the range of $7 million next year, maybe $8 million. I don't know. I didn't look at his contract. I'm taking a random stab in the dark saying he's the second pick and that he's probably making $7+ million. This guy not making $7 million next year. Why in the world would you go up and contest a two-hand dunk? Yes, I understand you're trying to play aggressive so that you can get a contract. But guess what? This is not going to get you a contract in the NBA. This is considered a star player, which means that if you hurt this star player, you are going to be in deep shit, which means that the NBA is not going to like you. Remember, they are a very exclusive club, which means, yes, while they like hard defense, everyone likes hard defense. But guess what? It's going to come at a cost. Let him have the dunk. Because you're either going to hit him hard and he's going to end up on the injured list, or you're going to get a absolute two-hand poster on your head, and that's not going to make you look good either. If you got a clean block, well, guess what? You are looking like a king. But this is bad. This is bad. This is good. 2 out of 3 chances that this is going to end up really bad. Whether you're in high school, college, elementary school, do not go for this block. It's just not going to work out. In my opinion, why risk injuring the other player? Just let him have it. You literally have 9 minutes of game time left, and you're down already by 12. Just let him have the 2 points. Try to get it back on the other end. No sense in trying to injure people. But at least he made his free throws. I'm just going to scrub through this as fast as possible. If you are looking to become a great shooting guard like Dylan Harper, make sure to go check out the shooting guard blueprint that is down in the description below. And there's an absolute massive reason why I'm mentioning that right here. Because Dylan Harper has absolutely insane basketball IQ. And this is why. So Dylan Harper comes off of this screen right here. His man's chasing him over top. He's got somewhat of a hedge right here. And then it looks like they're trying to ice or blitz the screen. It looks like it's kind of an ice. So now this puts the defense in a situation where it's 2-on-1. Depending on where he goes, if he's in drop, which he is, then the pass needs to go out to the 3-point line. If he sits his butt out on the 3, then now Cooper has to come in and play help. If he doesn't, then you hit the roll man. If Cooper does come in and this guy pops out to the corner, then the right read would be out to this corner because then there would be nobody guarding him. So these are the 3 players that you would want to try and actually read. But now, because this guy was somewhat ball watching and not playing necessarily great gap defense, this could also be an option as well, because now he is cutting too. So this is why you need to dribble with your head up, as Dylan Harper is. And the read that he makes is out to the corner because that's the correct read, which made a 3-point shot. Now this defensive play is absolutely a boss. So he gets the steal right here. He dribbles the ball down court with his head up. Now he's not trying to force anything early. A lot of players would have probably made the pass here, which I'm not saying that would have been a bad pass, because he would have caught it right here. That would have drawn him. This would have been an extra pass to him. Either way, this is going to end up in a dunk or a layup or at least a fast break, a shot attempt anyways. However, he takes an extra dribble just so that now this guy is cutting. He's drawing 3 defenders. This is a very risky pass. He could have passed over here, but that's risky because he's in direct line to intercept if he just turns and takes 1 step. So in reality, this was the right read, but that pass was absolutely like a bullet, perfect, right on bullseye, and ended up with a dunk. So that means that he's got great IQ, but he's also a great passer, especially, but in the fast break. I'll put FST for fast break. In the half court, he's also extremely amazing, as well as we have seen with that screen and roll pass. With his ability to pass like this, and he's playing with Wemby, he's potentially going to be able to average at least 15 in points and 8 assists every game. If you want to be smart like Dylan Harper, make sure to go check out the shooting guard blueprint, because that's going to give you basketball IQ as well as 8 weeks of training. That's going to be training on the court as well as in the weight room, so definitely go check it out. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe.